Get ready to be jolted out of the ordinary and into a world where conversations are charged with intensity and facts. The Lightning Strike Talk Radio with your host, Mohammed Faheem, broadcasting live from the heart of the city on Chicago's Progressive Talk Radio, WCPT 820 AM. Welcome to a radio show that charges through the airwaves with an electricity like no other. Here's your host, Mohammed Faheem.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to the Lightning Strike. Another beautiful day in Chicago now, and the rest of the world. I don't know what the heck is happening, but something is going around in America, and I am going to call it the Trump 2.0 virus. I've been sick for the last almost 8, 10 days now, coughing, headache, body ache. I guess the rest of the country is going through the same symptoms. Went to the doctor, no RSV. No COVID, nothing that the doctor can find out about it. He said it's some kind of a virus. Yep. And all it took to knock it out was a good antibiotic. I think in our context, that should be the Congress. A good steroid, that should be the Senate. And also some cough syrup with codeine in it. That could be our forever sleeping, or putting us to sleep Supreme Court. And then a doctor. So maybe Mike Johnson needs to get his act together and activate these elements in our system, in our government to knock out this Trump virus, the 2.0, on its back. So I'm able to speak today. I was not able to speak throughout the week. And but jokes aside, folks, something needs to be done, right? We are in an extraordinary moment now in U.S. politics. The Trump Department of Homeland Security has entered, how do I put it? A partial federal shutdown because Congress could not agree on a funding package, good news, that includes money for ICE. This isn't abstract politics, folks. It follows public outrage, right? Over two federal agent shootings in Minneapolis, including the death of ICU nurse Alex Pretty and Renee Good, which have deeply shaken many lawmakers' comfort with the status quo. So what happened? Here is what's on the table. Congress was negotiating appropriations to keep most of the government open, but Democrats refused to provide the votes needed to advance the Homeland Security bill because it included funding for ICE without new guardrails. Their demands included requirements that agents wear identification and body cameras, barring masks during operations, restricting operations near schools and churches, measures that Republicans have resisted. I don't know why. That refusal was consequential. About 13% of the federal civilian workforce, including TSA, FEMA, and Secret Service workers, are now working without funding, even as ICE and Customs and Border Protection remain funded under prior appropriations. So don't assume that ICE operations have ended. No. They still have funds from prior appropriations. Now, some critics, especially on the right, ask, why didn't Democrats simply oppose ICE funding sooner? The short answer is that politically, Democrats historically mixed support for broad Homeland Security bills, even as they raised objections behind the scenes. Funding ICE has been part of that because Democrats didn't want to be blamed for a government shutdown, especially after the record 43-day shutdown in 2025 that ended with limited wins for them, but pain for ordinary people. But this year is different. Two fatal shootings by federal immigration agents in Minneapolis, Alex Pretty and Renee Good, changed the political environment. Many Democrats, including that, continuing to fund ICE without reforms, for politically untenable now. Some House Democrats who did vote for the DHS bill, even in total, there were like 7 people, including our own Raja Krishnamurthy, who's running for Senate. Yeah, he supported that. I think he sent a message appreciating the service. Now they immediately faced blowback from their own voters and now scrambling to justify their decision. In other words, Democrats didn't abruptly discover opposition to ICE funding. Rather, a tipping point occurred when public outrage made even moderate Democrats see political risk in appearing to rubber stamp current immigration enforcement practices. I'm going to go more into depth on this in the second hour, at the top of the hour. Today, Read Bible, our co host, is not joining us. He is celebrating his 26th wedding anniversary to Miss America. Congratulations, Wiz. From the team over here, read for you. Also, we got our political segment producer, Mike Patino, joined us, and Dr. Sheila White, our Person of the Week producer, and an integral part of the show, is joining us. We do have our Person of the Week coming up shortly. And in the morning, the first hour today, we got three guests joining us. And Joey Rozovich, who is running for Congress in the primary of the 6th Congressional District in Illinois, challenging Sean Casten, is going to be joining us. We have got Dan Jungles, who's running for Will County Sheriff in the upcoming primary, joining us at 8:30. And at 8:45, we have got John Harrell joining us, who's running for the Illinois Senate, Illinois State 8th District. And then in the 9 o'clock hour, we have got Congresswoman Marie Newman joining us with her guest, Tony Preckwinkle, the Cook County Board President. And then at 9:30, Maria Muzaffar will be joining us with her segment of Breaking the Echo Chamber.